Okay, so basically we went to the library, which is like the perfect place if you want to go like figure stuff out. Um, and anyway, so I dove straight into chaos magic and abjuration magic, like full on notes everywhere, sketches, even testing out ideas. I was gonna explain this one spell about, well, never mind, I don't have time, but it's too complicated anyway. Meanwhile, the others went shopping for clothes this time, but I stayed because, books and doodles, very productive. Anyway, eventually it was time for the party at my parents' house. Yay.
Let's begin. Where we last left off, our brave adventurers entered New Husson, had a slightly anticlimactic family reunion, and then spent the day at the library researching various different strange magics they'd come across in their times, but then also going shopping, finding some nice clothes for what would inevitably come to be the dinner party tonight. As you walked up the steps to the Solus residence, taking in the grand 3-story townhouse that Felix grew up in, Felix raised his hand to knock, and that is where we begin.
I will start and I go, oh, wait, silly me. And I'm going to go and pull up the doormat, and he's going to expect a key and find nothing.
As you pull up the doormat, you're like, "There's going to be a key there," and you just see blank stone.
Hmm. So they changed it. Knocking it is.
Yeah, you knock on the door, and you wait for a moment, and you wait. After a moment, you hear a voice from inside, and then the door swings open to show the smiling face of what you know, Felix, as Nessa Solis, your stepmother. She is a middle-aged human woman with slicked back blonde hair, and she seems to be wearing clean, nice but modest clothes, a high-necked frock. And as she looks around, and she has a smile on her face, but then after a moment, the smile freezes, and she goes, "Oh, Felix, dear, you're home. Um,
Hi.
apologies. I'm just surprised to see you. Come in, all of you, come in." And you see as she ushers you all in. I'm sorry. Your father's not here right now, Felix.
Oh, he said that we could come to the party.
Well, the party is for faculty and family only.
Um, eh,
But if your father said you could come, who are your companions?
um, these are this is Kai and Reese and Treos.
And she flashes you all a very charming, if plastic, smile. It's lovely to meet you all. I'm sorry, I can't. I'm sorry, I can't be here to host you or hold your hand right now, Felix. I have to prepare for the party.
That's okay. I can just go to my room, right? And because I need to go get a change of clothes.
You can, one moment, and you see as she steps out of the room, and you see her talk with someone briefly, and she directs someone, and she reprimands someone, and places a place setting, and then she comes back, and she's like, and she seems a little frazzled. Okay, okay. Well, see, here's the thing, Felix. Your father and I didn't think we'd be seeing you as soon as you are. So the thing is, well, the downstairs sitting room doesn't get quite as much light, and your room always got the most light, so we did end up commandeering it for a second sitting room for the house. But all of your stuff is still here. You know what? I've actually been meaning to pack some of it up to send to Bart. Are you still staying with Bart?
Um, I haven't
Excellent.
been.
Well, you're here now, so I can give it to you and wherever you all. I imagine you all are staying somewhere in town.
Yeah, but well, I thought it would be kind of nice if um, I guess yeah. Do you still have the guest room?
The guest room is being redecorated at the moment. Again,
Oh,
I have to. I'm sorry. The caterers are going to arrive in a few moments. You can head on upstairs to the attic. You know where it is. All of your stuff is in there, and feel free to grab whatever you need. Just make sure when you leave tonight to take the rest of it with you. Okay?
okay.
Okay. Well, it was lovely to meet you all. And she's going to hustle back around to, as you see, catch another person walking around with a tray of hors d'oeuvres and point people in other directions. And then she disappears around the corner.
Well, they kept my stuff, and I guess it's upstairs, so we should probably get that.
Yeah, let's go up there.
Okay.
Yeah, you can amble up the main stairs and you take the 3 flights before you get to the drop down attic, and you're able to step up into the dusty, what seems to be a very. This place is not as pristine and clean as the rest of the household, but you do notice a few stacks of boxes that seem to be clearer than the others, and they just have the name's Felix written in large text across the top. There's 3 boxes overall.
My room always did get the most sun, so I guess it makes sense that they had to do that. Anyway, here are my oh wow, I got 3 whole boxes. This is nice. And I'll start looking through them.
Yeah, and you find 2 of the boxes are clothes and various accessories. One of the boxes you do find a small collection of your childhood potioning supplies and different toys and knickknacks that you'd kept on different dressers here or there. Some posters that maybe had been up on the walls, etc.
Oh wow. Did you know that Gale from Waterdeep is the coolest wizard ever? So check this out.
You all see as he opens up a large poster that seems to have a very large, imposing face on the poster.
He has a tower and everything.
Who?
His name is Gale. He has a cat, but it has wings.
Felix, what am I supposed to do with this?
Well,
Yeah.
he's just like he's so cool, and he's like the least annoying person in the world.
The only good thing he's got going for him is his castle.
Well, it's a tower in Waterdeep. But I think he's been missing, so I don't know. He hasn't shown up in the news much. Anyway, we should keep looking. Do you think any of these clothes would look nice?
You see as he holds up a set of nice finery, sort of Sunday's best clothes, and then another set of nice robes, what seems to be a young child's academic robes, etc.
I'm worried they're going to be a little small.
I would say pick something that's most recent, maybe a button down. But you
Okay.
do have your overalls that we got you that you could pair with them.
That's true. Let's see. And I'm gonna spend some time trying to put together an outfit of the clothes that were definitely from before his growth spurt 2 years ago.
Yeah, you can cobble together some pants that are maybe a bit too short. They fall to your calves, and a tunic that you kind of have to unbutton the top collar because it doesn't go all the way across your chest anymore. These are from back before you, again, as you said, got your growth spurt.
How do I look?
Is there anything in your bottle that you could wear?
Oh, sure. Yeah. I got some stuff that I wore when I was working at Bart's.
And could you go get it?
Yep. And he's gonna go find. It's not nice clothes. It's not nice clothes in the way that everyone else would be wearing, but it's not. It's a clean, like, I mean, workshop outfit.
It fits.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and he'll come out wearing his new apron.
You all see as Felix pops back out of his bottle wearing cleaner clothes and his glistening new apron. At this point, you do hear a knock from below the trapdoor leading up, and you hear Nessa's voice. The first guests are starting to arrive. Are you all decent?
Well,
Felix, are you done up here?
Well, yeah, we'll be down really soon, Nessa. She doesn't like it when I call her mom, so I call her Nessa.
Yes. That okay. Well, don't be too long. Now that you're here, it's only right that the host's son should greet the guests. So
okay. And I'll start
hear her
climbing down the ladder.
Yeah, and you can see her back as she ambles down the hallway in a hurried pace back down the stairs to the entryway.
After he leaves, I'm gonna look at Kratos and Reese and just go, I'm not comfortable with this anymore. I don't think we need to be here. We can't leave him anywhere near this, okay?
Okay. However, counterpoint, not to your last point, to your first point. How often do you get to experience rich people parties and drink their drinks and eat their food and, take up their space?
Never, and I hope I don't want to.
About every other day, but
well,
that's something to write home about.
Yes, but it's free.
With stipulations.
And
fiscally, yes. Emotionally, no.
Yeah.
If they're going to put on this party and they don't want us here, we're going to make sure that they regret inviting us.
Reese, what do you mean by regret?
Plus, neither of them really invited us. It was the other professor or secretary that suggested that we come, and then he begrudgingly said, "Okay, you can
correct." And with that statement, Reese is going to throw on just a spare coat he had in his bag, like a sports coat, and head downstairs right behind Felix with a very smug grin on his face.
Yeah, absolutely. As you all follow Felix down, you will notice coming down the main grand steps, there are actually quite a few people now mingling around the main hall. You see a female high elf who seems to be chatting with Nessa, and you will pick out Alinar Solus in another corner who seems to be talking with a middle-aged human man in a lot more tactical, practical clothing than everyone else here. You also see various other interesting figures, and at some point, as you step down, Felix, you hear, "Felix, is that you?"
Hi!
And as you turn around, you do see who you know as Sylvie Netherglim. Now, Sylvie is the daughter of Elowen Netherglim, and she appears to have mostly human features, but there's almost a purplish tinge to her skin. She also has deep purple hair in crazy curls and large, wide glasses. She's wearing almost oversized academic robes, almost as if she'd gotten them for a kid much older and taller than her, but she really wanted to wear them, and she pushes her glasses up her nose. "Mother told me you were here. Are you here to stay?"
Well, I'd love to, but Nessa, she said that, so I'm not going to be here in the house because my room was taken by a sunroom or something, a setting room.
Well, I have heard rooms that tends to happen. Do you want to go get some food?
Yeah.
I have so much to tell you. There's like everything has happened. There's so much drama. Oh my goodness. Have you heard? Do you remember Professor Calviro?
Yeah, of course.
Well, he actually was found kissing Professor Silvira in the back hallway the other day. I'm telling you, there is so much I have to catch you up on.
Like on the cheek or
No. Well, I don't know. I was in the library, you see, and there were some other students talking about it, and I just, happened to sit down in the bookshelf next to them. I mean, how much else is there to do, But I also heard that there was this mysterious accident in the Verdant Hall the other day between a student and a livened plant. I've been trying to get in there to see what happened, but they've blocked off all the rooms.
Oh. Yeah, I guess we aren't allowed in there then.
I mean, when did that ever stop us? But
That's true.
Mother did say that you were here earlier today and I missed you. Why didn't you come down to the library?
I was at the library.
Which library?
Well, so it was kind of like the Obscurum.
Ugh, why would you go there?
Because they have
It's always so
magic.
dark and dreary, but the other libraries have magic too.
Yeah, but and I'm having and he's gonna look around. Check this out.
Are you pulling out the stone?
I sure am.
Oh, what is that? I saw something just like that the other day. Wait, may I see it?
Yeah. Here you go.
Oh, thank you. Here, come here. And she's going to usher you behind the tables. You all see as this young, what appears to be half human, half drow child pulls Felix to the side. I don't know how much attention are you all paying before we jump back to this conversation. What are you all doing at this party? / the start of this party.
Kai is like slowly working down from the attic and seriously contemplating just leaving and going to find a tavern and holding up there for the night.
Fair.
If they have drinks and food out, Reese has probably already grabbed a couple finger foods and a drink and is just like aimlessly walking around, but it's very like chest out, puffed up, very like holding himself tall, kind of like smug, with a drink in his hand and with some sort of food in the other hand.
Yeah, there are actually waiters walking around with plates of hors d'oeuvres, plates of what appear to be some sort of sparkling cider or some kind. You're able to snag a glass and snag a small plate of hors d'oeuvres and just start walking around. You do catch a few curious looks. Some of them more judgmental than others. Most of them are just like, well, this is a faculty party and I've never seen you before, so who are you? But at this point, you do see Treos. You would come down before Kai if Kai's making his way slowly. Are you also entering the party or considering leaving?
I kind of follow along with Reese going in drink, and then we kind of split off in separate directions. As I'm wandering around through different parties, I kind of taking in mentally how everyone's kind of talking, coercing with themselves, kind of really focus on like their pattern and like the words they emphasize when they're talking. And so if anyone kind of comes up to me like, wait, how are you connected to this family? Like, oh, I'm running entertainment and I'm doing this kind of work and I'm mimicking their speech patterns with it, kind of acting like I've always been around or I've been through this town and this town and this town.
Yeah, I like it. I will say 2 checks, first perception check and then performance check for me.
Sure thing. Okay. You said, what was the first check?
Perception.
Okay, perception, that's going to be a 18.
Oh, yeah. So this was just to see how much you pick up as you wander throughout the party, what the cadence of people's speech is. It's you will notice it is very, almost as if everyone is speaking in front of a class. They're all talking. At some point, sometimes it slips and you get the feeling that this is an affectation a lot of them are putting on. You also notice that the conversations range anywhere from office gossip to grand new discoveries in the academia world. And when people do, at some point, one character does come up to you, and she introduces herself as Professor Cyrella Moontide. And she seems to be wearing these flowing lavender robes with constellation embroidery, and she inquires after, so how do you know the family? I'm sure I haven't seen you around here before.
Oh, well, the family's son, Felix, had been kind of going here and there, and every now and then I see him at the shows that I have. So every time I've been performing or entertaining, he's always been there, just interested. And I thought I'd show him a few tricks that we've done, show him how everything's kind of been going on around there.
Fascinating. Well, Felix is very well known around these parts. I'm sure he's told you. Is he with you now in the city?
Well, he told, I'm not entirely sure. Last I kind of talked, it seemed like he was kind of staying in an apartment, or he was with some friends before, but I haven't heard too much. He's
fascinating.
Have you
and
heard
you see
anything?
this. Are you asking about Felix, or?
Yeah, I guess. Have you heard anything about Felix, or is he okay?
Well, I haven't heard anything. His father doesn't talk about him very much, but we do miss his presence. It was very loud. You know, I had a dream the other day. And she's going to go off on this dream, long description of a very intricate dream, to the point where you're like, after about 5 minutes or so, you're like, where is this going? I haven't heard Felix's name at all. And there's a peacock, and someone's talking about a flying bird and a horse, and at some point she ends it going, so, you know, I truly do think that he's where he needs to be in life. It's a very interesting thing, don't you think?
Quite. And I just kind of raise my glass to kind of...
And she's going to clink your glass and move off with a dazed look on her face. At this point, we can go back to Kai. As you finally make your way down the stairs, you see Treos talking with an elf that seems to have a faraway look in her eyes. You see Reese sort of wandering the room, looking rather smug. You see, if you wander the rooms, you can see Felix huddled in a back corner behind the table with what looks to be a young girl of around the same age. Are you staying? Are you going?
I'm gonna roll to see what he's gonna do because it's so on the fence. He's gonna stay.
You're gonna stay? Yeah, you can. As you come down the stairs, you will actually see, as you catch Alinar Solus's eye, and he's going to wave you over. Gentlemen, this is actually I was just speaking about you, telling them that Felix had come home, and this is one of the gentlemen who accompanied him on his journey. Remind me your name?
Kai.
Kai, yes. So this is Professor Quillum Sparklepot and Professor Patrician Vale. And
Good to meet both of you.
We were just discussing the political state of those in the Gilded Gates. Do you have anything to share on the topic?
You know, I really wish I did. I have not been in a position to follow politics the past couple of years. So I'm aware of it. I don't know if I have any commentary that any of you would find interesting or distinct.
And you notice as the older gnomish fellow who had been introduced as Professor Quillum Sparklepot goes, nonsense. We always want to hear what outsiders think. It's good to expand our horizons. What do you think, sir? Do share.
Well, what does Kai know about the Gilded Gates?
Kai knows that there is a conglomerate of merchants' guilds that there is a council made up of the head of each of the merchants guilds, and that every year the council elects a new president from those 12 head members. Currently, the king is Amon Aurora, the head of the Bestiary Guild, and there are differing opinions. Some love her, some find her far too passive for a Bestiary Guild head, some dislike that she has been working with the Guild of Arcane Arts instead of the Weaponry Guild, etc. But it's always a bit of a toss-up on what people will think of her.
Well, I think the current people in power, I think they're doing their best in their own regard in regards to what's going on. But I think that in the future things will get better. We sorry. Sorry. But Felix and the rest of us, we did just meet couple of days ago. We met Alice, who I believe is in connection with people in that area, and her thoughts and her demeanor were very enlightening.
Alice, is that the bestiary head? And this is the dean speaking. I believe she has some connections with Captain Vike over there, speaking with Nessa Solis.
Oh, yeah. I think she mentioned something of the sort. Well, when we told her we were coming up this way.
Well, it would behoove you to make his acquaintance later tonight, if that is something. If political aspirations are something in your wheelhouse. I will say, your diplomatic answer was very diplomatic.
Thank you. Like I said, I am not very educated on the subject.
Spoken like a true politician. If you'll excuse me, I must get back to... If you'll excuse me. And you see as the dean is going to snag another glass of bubbly and be on his way.
I'm then going to look at what's Felix's dad's name again? I've heard like 5 different times and I keep forgetting it.
Alinar.
I'm going to look at Alinar. If you'll excuse me.
Of course.
And then I'm going to go find, probably Treos is the one I most easily find.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know what Reese is up to, but I'm going to go find Treos and then point out Captain Bike.
You absolutely can. At this point, we are going to jump back to Felix as you crouch behind the hors d'oeuvres table. And Sylvie's, her eyes are glimmering as she stares at the stone that you showed her. What is it?
Chaos magic.
No.
Yes.
Like actual chaos magic.
Yeah, I can see it, and his eyes will flash. And they, like, roll like waves.
And you'll see as her eyes also flash, and she looks at it, and by the gods, how did you find it? Did you just...
Well, it was in a cave, and there was a displacer beast. You do not want to mess with those. And then, well, we found it, and, like, I jammed it out of the wall, and then I put it on. Oh my god! Elliot, get over here!
Oh my god. He's the cutest thing ever. What is his name? Elliot? And she's going to lean down and ruffle Elliot's head. Honestly, I feel like it's been so boring here without you, and you've been off doing whatever.
Yeah, I've been learning a lot. I'm not messing around or doing stupid things. I'm really being a useful member of the team.
Well, I'm sure you are. You know, I always said your father should have brought you into his research much sooner, like my mother did mine.
Yeah, I always thought that was cool. Oh, you know what? My friend Reese really found your drawing interesting.
My drawing?
Yeah. Give me 1 second, and he's gonna shuffle around in his bag of holding and you hear like a ching 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 as like swords and things are scattering around in there. This one.
I believe that.
Well, of course.
That's really sweet.
Yeah.
You know, I have something too. It's not quite as interesting as Elliot or a chaos magic, but my mother has sent me on this. Well, she's been asking me to research all of these plants for her in the Verdant Hall, and she told me not to go and find them because some of them are dangerous, but you know, things don't get really done unless. So, anyways, I found one at the apothecary, and I've been trying to figure out how it works. But I was wondering if you might be able to brew something with it for me.
Of course. I can brew just about anything. I've been working really hard with. Yeah. Well, Bart says nothing usually because he's like asleep or he's not paying attention. But the books that I read at his place are sort of helpful. I've only exploded a few times.
Everything needs to explode a few times. You know, I've only poisoned myself once or twice.
That's pretty good. That's a good track record.
Thank you. I agree. But anyways, and you see she's going to reach into her pocket and pull out what appears to be a long root of some sort, and she's going to hold it up. Now, it looks like comfrey. But this is hollow root. I was able to find it at the local apothecary. I sent out for it. Apparently, when you brew it into tea, also I've been told, it can sometimes help with blood curses. Either that, or it makes them so much worse. But you know, first I have to brew it into tea, and then I have to find someone with a blood curse, and then we can see. What do you think?
The blood curses are like... out of... are the blood curses... oh gosh, why is her name escaping me? The tiefling girl. What type of curse did she have? Or is there not a name for it that I know?
What's her name? Yeah. Sava. You will recall that it was a curse that played through her veins. You're not entirely sure if it's called blood curse. Seems to be a almost buzzwordy term for a lot of different types of curses.
I know someone in town. Well, it's kind of far away. It's not in this town. It's in another town. But she had like things run up her arm.
Was that like bugs running up her?
No. So there was like a demon who was our friend, but then she was not our friend. So we came back into the house, and then Sava was like, so we started running, and I jumped through the window, and then I tried to stop, but it didn't stop. And then they ran through, and then I went and got the guards. But in the meanwhile, the demon was like, and then she like did the thing, and then it gave some of the life force to the dad.
Mum had let me leave so much sooner.
Yeah. Yeah.
So can you brew it for me?
Just into a tea?
Yeah, it just needs to be an infusion of some sort. Mum
Sure.
would kill me if she found it on me, so I need someone else to do it.
Okay. I can't go in. Oh, I didn't tell you. So this, and he's gonna hold up his bottle. I can go into it once a day.
I don't understand.
So I can go this bottle. Oh, that's gonna mess things up. I can go into it once a day. And I've got a whole alchemy station in there.
Do you get small, or does the bottle just get really big?
It's sort of like this. So okay.
It was
okay,
like
okay.
a portal dimension.
Like this, and he's gonna pull out of the. He's gonna pull a longsword out of the backpack.
You can't have that in here.
Oh right.
What do you think your father would do? You remember last time with the javelin?
You remember that?
Well, I Here you go. Can I keep the stone? I want to look at it for longer.
It's kind of important to me.
I mean, that's fine. I can just. Well, I can look at it when you bring back the hollow root.
Yeah,
Yeah?
yeah, you can look at it. It's just I'm supposed to hold on to it.
I understand. I have so many plants. I wonder how they would react with chaos magic.
I've got
You think-
chaos magic in me. Or around me.
You have chaos magic in you.
Do the eye thing again.
Oh, but that's just. I'm going to leave the arcane things to you and the plant things to me.
You
If that's
can't
okay.
do it on command.
I can't do what on command? The eye thing?
Yeah.
I mean, I can flash my eyes, and she flashes them, but that's about all I can do. Mum has said that I'm not allowed to mess around with magic-y thing. I'm only allowed to really sit in the library these days. Something
Well, that
happened
means-
a few months
Oh,
ago,
what happened?
and I don't know. She just got really anxious. There was an incident about something at the library in the Verdant Hall in the basement. Something
Mhm.
happened, and she hasn't really let me out of her sight since. Speaking of, here she's coming, and you see as Elowen ambles up, and she's just going to peek over the table. What are you two doing back there?
We're talking about like all the things.
Right. Well, I'm glad you're getting acquainted, but don't get into any trouble. Right?
Right.
Right. Glad you're back, Felix. And she's going to
Oh, thanks.
wander away. See,
You should meet my you should meet my friends.
I would love to meet your friends. Wait. Let me guess. Okay. It's that one right there with the like the one with all the hair.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Okay.
that's Reese.
Okay, and then it's okay, it's either that one with the mane or that one with the horns. Because they both look really
all
uncomfortable
three of
here.
them.
All three of them.
But Reese doesn't look like he's been talking much. It seems like Kai is still in pretty important conversation.
He's talking with your dad. Are you
I know.
staying here when you come?
Well, she said that the bedroom or the guest room, well, my bedroom is not my bedroom anymore, and the guest room is being redecorated. So,
You can always stay. Well, we don't really have a spare room, but you can always stay with us if you want.
oh,
Actually, I don't know if Mum would let that. But let me ask her, and then you can always stay with us if she says yes. Anyways, let's meet your friends.
okay. Hey, Reese. I'm going to not shout, but definitely loudly,
Loud enough to turn some heads.
You will see Reese is probably on his. How long has it been?
It's been like half an hour.
Probably like 3. He's probably on his 4th drink. And you can see after Professor Netherglim leaves, checking on them in the corner, like right before Felix calls out, he's like heading in her direction to go talk to her, and then he hears Felix go, "Hey, Reese," and you can see he kind of like stops and like his shoulders kind of drop and like his head kind of hangs a little bit, and he like turns, pivots to go walk over to Felix.
You see Felix standing next to another girl around his age. She looks up at you with wide eyes. You're really tall.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
That you're tall?
Yeah.
People just walk up to you and tell you you're tall.
I mean, not like, no, but that's usually how people start a conversation with me. It's like, hello, you're very tall. Kind of like what you just said.
Oh, yes, but I'm not normal.
I mean, I can see why you two get along very well.
She's the girl from the
Maybe.
drawing.
Oh.
She's gonna stick out her hand.
I will also, I guess I will shake her hand. Nice to meet
And
you.
what do you do, sir?
Well, I've been traveling for a while.
He's
doing
really
odd.
cool. He can like fight, and he can fight really good. And sometimes when he gets really angry, he gets like claws.
That
Is that like curse, would you say?
Oh, maybe. Is it a blood curse?
I don't know, and I don't really try to do it, so I don't.
Well,
I'm
feel like
trying to
Curse
say like,
otherwise?
huh? What?
It wouldn't be a curse otherwise if you could control it. You know, Felix is going to make a tea for me. Would you feel like trying it?
I'm gonna do really good on it, I promise.
No, I believe you. What's in the tea?
This. Oh, I mean this.
Do I recognize it? Does that look familiar at all?
It does not.
All right. I don't usually drink strange teas from stranger people.
I'm not a stranger.
Well, you're
Not a
not.
stranger.
Well, we
Yeah, you
just
We
met.
met. We shook hands and everything.
And you
That
know each
doesn't-
other's names now.
But that doesn't mean
That means you're
Sylvie.
friends.
that you. No, yeah, that no, Felix. That's not
Oh, sure, that's how I make friends.
right.
Felix has lots of friends. You really should take some pointers from him.
Yeah.
No, I'm not really in the lifestyle of consistent friends. It's hard when you're traveling to, you know.
Well, I would say it's way easier when you're traveling. Think about how many friends I've made since we've started.
Yeah, but also like you can't. It's hard to go and visit those friends, so they're more like acquaintances.
Well, no, we're
You
friends
know, like,
because we met.
right. Okay. Anyway, moving on to moving on from this point of the conversation.
Huh.
Is there a reason you called me over here, or
You're my friend.
right?
It's weird.
She's my friend.
Right.
So you're friends now.
Is that why you just to
Yeah.
introduce us? That's why you call me over.
Well, yeah, and also
Okay.
you really thought that letter was interesting, and you asked me to like draw the thing.
Oh, right. Yeah. Did you draw that picture on that Felix has?
He's hello. Draw it.
You drew it? It's a very good drawing. I was just interested in that little, I guess it's like a signature line or something at the bottom.
I drew it with my mother's letterhead, but
Okay, cool. It's very interesting. I haven't seen that style of letterhead before, so I was just taking him. And of course, the drawing it's very well drawn.
you've never seen a piece of paper before.
No, like the like at the bottom.
You're strange.
Same to you.
Me too. I want to be strange too.
Yeah, Felix, you can be strange as well.
Others.
What?
Can the others?
Oh yeah, sure. Let's go. And I assume at this point this is where they've met up.
Yeah, I would say at this point, Treos and Kai have probably intersected. You all see Reese talking with Felix and Sylvie. You see as Felix sort of pulls Sylvie, and Reese, you can choose to follow or you can choose to go off in your own direction.
Is Professor Netherglim in a conversation currently, or is she just kind of like hanging out?
You will notice she is chatting with what looks to be a human middle-aged man in a burgundy tailcoat. They're just talking in not whispers, but hushed undertones over their various snacks.
I will wait until she gets alone, and then I will approach her for conversation.
Okay. While you wait, let's go over to the active conversation, which is Felix dragging Sylvie over to Treos and Kai. Treos and Kai, you turn away from whatever you'd been doing, chatting, conversing, observing the room as
I
you
was
hear...
pointing out Captain Vike to him.
Right, yes, you were pointing out Captain Vike. At which point you hear a voice calling your name, and you turn around and see the other two coming up.
And I'll whisper to Treos, "Slight detour. Hey, Felix."
Hi. Okay, so this is Kai and this is Treos. This is Sylvie.
Good to meet you, Sylvie.
You as well. Were you looking at Captain Dyke? You were pointing over that way and talking.
Yeah, Captain Vike. We were gonna, maybe go talk to him in a second.
Mother doesn't like him very much, but he's very nice to me. I can introduce you if you'd like.
I think we'll go up and make conversation. That way, we don't take you away from talking with Felix and catching up.
You two are much nicer than your friend. It was nice to meet you.
It's always a pleasure.
Great to meet you.
Captain Vike.
Okay. Bye guys.
At this point, Reese, you do see as she puts a hand on the arm of her colleague and murmurs something else and starts to move away towards the other side of the room.
As I walk towards her, if there is a waiter, I will grab another. Does she have a full drink in her hand? Is it empty?
Half empty.
Okay. I will grab 2 drinks and one each hand and approach her. Sorry, I don't think we got acquainted earlier in Professor Solus's office. Name is Reese. Nice to meet you.
Yes, you are Felix's friend, correct?
Correct. Yes. And him and your daughter Sylvie seem to have a very good rapport with each other. And when I say that, I will hold out one of the drinks in my hand as like an offer to her to take.
She is going to take it and put her half-filled drink on a tray. Thank you very much.
Of course.
You know, I have to say, your demeanor is very refreshing. It's always nice to see someone outside of the academic sphere at these celebrations. You look so familiar. Have we met before?
I don't believe so.
Remind me
You know, I don't make my. I've never Reese. I don't make my way out. I don't think I've ever been out here. Actually, I usually don't make my way out to larger cities. Tend to stick to the smaller ones. It's more my speed.
certain. A colleague that, well, more of a, someone under my employ, once upon a time, that has such a similar face. Do you have any siblings?
Not that I know of. And he's gonna let out like a little, like, lighthearted chuckle.
Yes.
No, just me and my family. but that's me and my parents. That's pretty much it. Um,
Yes.
but
Well,
well, I actually wanted to speak to you about some of your research matters. Sylvie was, and Felix, I've mentioned you are botanists of sorts.
I am indeed, specifically arcane botany. I have a specialization in the blood curses is my current interest. Sylvie and I actually, her and Felix, they're quite precocious for children. She's helping me out with some of the preliminary research on how we can perhaps use the properties of certain plants to reverse the effects of life-changing blood curses, or in some cases to enhance them for our benefit.
Have you worked with any people afflicted with these blood curses, or are you still in the? What do they typically? Symptoms, signs. How do they present? You know.
Well, I must say, I do have a personal vested interest in this, and you see as she actually pulls back her sleeve, you see winding up her hand is a collection of what appear to be glimmering white veins. I was practically born with it, but it's a strange thing, blood curses. I simply wish to understand more.
Similar. I know I haven't seen anything like this, but similar style to other things I have seen.
Yes.
But nothing.
In fact, very similar style to a young tiefling girl you may or may not have rescued.
And you're gonna see, I guess she will notice Reese's eyebrows kind of like furl in. It's not like confusion, it's more like it's confusion mixed with anger as he kind of tightly grips his glass before like downing it. Interesting. And he is going to reach into his pocket and pull out the piece of paper that he sketched on earlier in her office. I just had a quick question about one more thing, and I promise I'll let you mingle for the rest of the night. And he's going to like hold it out to her. It's folded up a good bit so she can't see what it is.
She's going to wait a moment and cautiously take it. And then put her glass down and unfold it. And you see as she reads it, she kind of goes still.
He is deadpan, like he's dropped all emotion. It's just like laser focus on her face, trying to read her.
She's going to fold it back up and hand it over. I'm not quite sure what you mean by this, but tell me, how did you get my personal letterhead?
He is going to, in this moment, he's in a very fancy outfit. He is still wearing his bandana around his face. He is going to slide it down, and as he pulls down the bandana, she will see, and if anyone else is paying attention, there, his face, his like nose down is covered in scars. Like little tiny scars, large scars, kind of like needlepoint scars, scabs that haven't healed. Part of his lip, his upper lip is missing. And he's like got all sorts of cuts on his face. And he's gonna pull down his mask just to like the bottom of his chin. I have my ways. And that is all you need to know. And I just wanted some information about that symbol, about What was his name? Dr. Harmwick. And about the research you're really doing.
Is a blithering fool. And if he told you we were doing any research behind closed doors, he has grossly misled you, sir.
No one told me anything.
I'm afraid I was mistaken when I recognized you earlier. If you'll excuse me. Must get...
He's
and
going
she
to...
is going to...
He is going to reach down as she tries to walk away and grab her wrist. Like down, kind of like body blocking him, and like grab onto her tightly. Our conversation isn't finished.
Doubt it.
And he's not letting go. He's not letting her walk away.
Unhand me.
What is that symbol?
Since when were you so bad at taking orders?
Since I remembered who I was. And he is going to grow out his nails into claw-like points and dig into her wrist.
She is going to try and get her hand out.
Nope.
I know exactly what you are. And if you'll excuse me, this conversation is over.
If you know exactly what I am, then you should fear me.
See, the difference there is that I know what you are. And you see as her eyes start to glow a little. But you have no clue what I am. And she opens her mouth to say something. But at that point, the large window you had situated yourselves next to bursts inwards, and you see as a large flying figure tackles her and you to the ground. You all turn as you hear the crash of glass, and you see 3 writhing figures on the ground, and you pull out your weapons and get ready. But as you go to charge into battle, that is where we are leaving today's session.